podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
All the guys want. I want what Mayweather got. I want what Mayweather got. You done bust your ass like Mayweather. I was trying to fight every fighter. I sacrificed a lot.
Dolla Dibiase Productions.
Get to where I got to.
What do you bring to the team?
Let's get this on. Let's do it. Well, it's like this. Wait.
All right, that's it. Hold on. Bernard, everybody calm down.
Man, you know how these bitches is in the sport. Total disrespect. Kid has no class, no style at all. I sacrificed a lot.
BoxingVoice.com
to get to where I got to.
BoxingVoice.com.
What up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. So I wanted to come back. This will be a short show. I don't know how long it'll last, depending on obviously the participation of the callers. But it has been revealed that Deontay Wilder's trainer, Malik Scott, has said that Wilder is not planning to retire from boxing following his KO defeat at the hands of Tyson Fury. Now, a lot of us were assuming this, suggesting this. You know, many people debated that he is done, that he shouldn't be coming back. You know, I suggested the Andy Ruiz fight, and people were saying, no, that he doesn't look like he should be coming right back to the ring. Instead, they feel maybe a bit of time off will better suit him. People have been saying things like 7 months, 12 months, and maybe even more time than that. We got to keep in mind that on the 22nd of this month, Deontay Wilder turns 36 years old. So, you know, you have to be mindful when suggesting for him to take time out of the ring for a certain length of time due to, obviously, father time. But Malik Scott has been interviewing with a few outlets and being vocal, letting us know where they are as a team and where Wilder's mindset is. But I think this is some good news for us Wilder fans and just for fans of the heavyweight division, because he brings so much energy and excitement to the division. Even in defeat, he's still being talked about tremendously, and I think it would be a fantastic fight with him and Andy Ruiz. Now, I did see an interview that Andy conducted with BT Sports where he's more interested in a fight with Tyson Fury. Now, I don't know that anyone really believes Andy can beat a Tyson Fury coming off that Areola performance, but, you know, the hand speed of the hand speed of Andy Ruiz, the combination punches, has some people believing that it's a possibility. Now, we got Andy's interview here.
Sorry.
That was an amazing fight, man. Both of them were going toe-to-toe. One would drop one, the other one would drop the other one. So that was an amazing fight.
And they both showed great heart there, didn't they?
They sure did, man. Heart of a warrior and a lion, man. I thought Wilder, he did an awesome job, man. It was going back and forth, but I'm happy that Tyson got the victory.
And what about you? Would you fancy taking on either of these guys?
I sure am, man. So that's exactly why we came over here. I'm just waiting until everybody eliminates each other, and here I come, baby.
Be nice for you to be back there again, where the position Fury's in now.
It sure is, man. And that's exactly the belt that I'm waiting for, you know? I got all the belts except for the WBC, so that's exactly what I'm praying for.
Well, good luck. We'll let Tyson sing his song. Take care.
So, obviously, Andy has his sight set on the WBC title. If you go to the WBC rankings, which haven't been updated since the heavyweight fight, Andy is sitting in between that 5 and 6 position, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, wow. He's moved on up to the 2nd position. So that puts him in line. I mean, he's just got to keep winning and have these things called by the WBC. Him being Mexican will help him get that mandatory position a lot quicker. So I'm assuming by the time Dillian White is stepping in the ring with the WBC champion Tyson Fury, we'll have Andy Ruiz already in an elimination bout, or a mandatory elimination bout to become the mandatory is what I'm obviously predicting, with him being in that 2nd place position. Now, Deontay Wilder on these rankings is still at number 1, but that's because it hasn't been updated. So once the update comes in, Andy might move up without even having to fight, and Wilder will be forced to drop. I think I can see Wilder dropping to the 3, and Joyce and Andy moving up, and Lewis not going anywhere because he hasn't really fought. But we'll see how that works out. I think that what's important is that he is not retiring, and that we can get some of these fights, like a Joe Joyce, who's number 3, and like a Andy Ruiz, who's number 2. I don't see Wilder attempting to become a champion in any other sanctioning body, but it is a strong possibility. He will be re-ranked in all these sanctioning bodies following that knockout loss and being known as a former champion. Remember, when Andy lost his unified titles, which is obviously more than just one WBC title, he did fall on almost every sanctioning body at number 4 or 5. So we'll see where Wilder falls, who at least had 10 title defenses, where Andy had none. So once again, for anybody that's just tuning in, we're obviously discussing the heavyweight division. Deontay Wilder, the trainer of Deontay Wilder, who let us know that Wilder will not be retiring, and he is not planning to retire from boxing following that KO defeat. So I guess that first poll, we'll stick with the question at hand, or rather the statement, and we'll turn it into a question. Should Wilder, or rather Deontay Wilder, retire? Since that's what's being asked, right? That's what people are suggesting. Should Deontay Wilder retire? Let's see how the community reacts. You know, I wanna have you remember that if you press the no, you might be labeled as a hater. The man's 35. He's only lost to, a 6'9", number 1 heavyweight in the world. That weight isn't an issue, right? The bigger Fury gets, the faster and more limber he gets. So let's just be fair during the voting process. Because I think that Wilder brings a lot of excitement. I think I'd still pay for fights with Dubois, Joyce, Dillian White, Andy Ruiz, and Anthony Joshua. I still want all those fights. I think I'd even take the winner of Chisora, Joseph Parker. Like, if Wilder decided, it was 2 losses, we rebuilding, 1 brick at a time, yada, 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 and they go for, like, the winner of Derek Chisora Parker, I want that. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that I'm doing this show more today because I'm excited that he's not retiring, because what would the heavyweight division be without him? Yes, Fury destroyed him, and Fury's his own character and personality, but it's the yin and yang, right? Like, I mean, at this point, now that he defeated Fury, no one really thinks anyone can defeat Fury, so a nemesis is needed. A nemesis is needed, but I will say that there may be one brewing. right here in Florida. We all know Big Baby moved down here a while ago, and I'm being told he's connected and linked with Kevin Cunningham, and we know that Kevin Cunningham is connected and linked with Al Heyman. So we could be seeing Big Baby Miller, the real Big Baby, because Jared Anderson was second. We could be seeing him back in the ring, and rumor has it, strong rumors have it, that he is training with Kevin Cunningham, the trainer of Erickson Lubin. And look, people don't like Big Baby because of his positive test results. But that makes him exactly what the doctor ordered. A villain. A villain, and a villain is needed. You know, at the end of the day, Fury's the great white hope, and he needs another bad guy to knock out. And say hello to the bad guy in Big Baby. I don't know that anybody could be a better bad guy than him, right? While Wilder is great and has a fantastic persona and even an alter ego in the Bronze Bomber, Big Baby is probably a better talker than him. Doesn't stutter. Pronunciation a little better. Vocabulary a little better. So I don't know. Joseph Big Super Mech says it's only been 2 days. No decision made either way. Well, I think that the decision has been made. If the trainer is vocally letting us know there will be no retirement, I'm pretty sure he's relaying what the fighter wants out there, Big Super Max. But we got D-Trek that says Deontay still got a few great fights left, especially with Joshua and Ruiz. Tell me about it. Those are the big ones. But you can still slip in a Joseph Parker, Derek Chisora, and a Dillian White. You got 4 fights out there if you're Wilder, and you can do those in 2 years and be retired by 38. Younger than B-Hop, 1 year after Floyd. No biggie. No biggie. Don't fall for the bullshit, Wilder. Go get these bags. I mean, how much would Eddie give you to fight the winner of Chisora Parker in the UK or on the zone? 4, 5, 6 million? 8 million? Come on, they offered him 5 for Chisora at once upon a time. So, I don't know. Some good fights out there. And a good living, right? You know, obviously you got millions of dollars now, and maybe you don't feel you need anymore. But, I mean, these are decent fights with decent paydays. You know, these aren't disrespectful paydays. It's not like we're asking him to fight Carlos Negron or anything like that, right? Chisora generates money in the UK. If he fights in America, he brings in a UK pay-per-view with well, I don't know that he does anymore, right? Because Chisora is a DAZN fighter. But hey, they'll give Wilder some sort of UK rights check or something because DAZN is streaming the fight. I think that the important thing is that there isn't retirement and we can talk about other fights. You know, versus talking about retirement, versus saying that, you know, he should retire, which obviously our poll indicating that he should not. The public definitely wants to see the man fight on, and the poll representing that at 67% of the voting public believes no, Deontay Wilder should not retire. It's only a handful of exciting personalities in the heavyweight division: Fury, Wilder, Joyce, Usyk, Big Baby. I think Jared, you know, and I mean Anderson, I think he still needs time. Obviously, he's developing, and I just don't consider him a player at the moment, but he's a personality. Good ring walks, good ring outfits, speaks his mind, posts on Instagram and social media. Not a bad candidate, but not necessarily ready for the big leagues. Or rather, hasn't proven that he's ready for the big leagues. But Wilder has some fights. I really want that Andy Ruiz fight. I could see them doing that on May 5th. Cinco de Mayo, Mexican versus Black. That's the Mayweather blueprint. You could do that easy. Why retire? You got that Andy fight there. Not only that, depending on what happens with Dillian White and Valine, you got that fight. Valine's on that Salita side. Salita's with Showtime. Showtime's with Al. Connect the dots. If Valine doesn't win, Wilder and Dillian White have been linked forever. I know Dillian wants his shot, and he might get that with the energy that Eddie's been putting out recently. But if he doesn't for whatever reason, we could definitely use that Dillian White Deontay Wilder fight that, while I'm using the phrase long overdue, it's not past its sell date though. You know? Yeah, it's long overdue, but it's not past that sell date. You know, maybe to some, obviously, because of the knockout by Povetkin or at the hands of Povetkin, but it's heavyweight boxing. It's heavyweight boxing, and hopefully a lot of you Wilder fans are more receptive to knockouts now that your man got knocked out. You can see that it's a little more common. You know? Yeah, Neutral Corner. It is breaking news, at least to our community, right? Our earlier show from this morning, many callers and chatters were questioning retirement, posing retirement. So I think it is breaking news now that the trainer, it must have fell on his ears, and he came out and settled that real quick, that there is no retirement. Not Wilder anyway. He's not planning that. So it is breaking news that the former heavyweight champ with 10 title defenses just went through the biggest trilogy known in the heavyweight division. I mean, Dan Rayfield's been covering the sport forever. He said he was live at Lennox Lewis and I'm going to have to pull up his tweet. I can't remember who he said he was live at. Lennox Lewis something and whatever. We'll pull up his tweet. But he was definitely live at a lot of big heavyweight fights. He said Lennox Lewis somebody, then he said Vladimir somebody. And he's saying he basically said all that to say that this is the biggest heavyweight fight that he's ever been to in his life. And he's writing about it. Let me see if I can find that tweet for you. All right. I know my pre-pro sent it to me. I have to copy paste from there. Unfortunate. And per Deontay Wilder's manager, Shelly Finkel, Wilder was released from the hospital late Saturday night with the only issue being a broken finger on his right hand, that he will see a specialist to take care of it. So that's Shelly Finkel letting us know what is up. Where is this? Dan Rayfield. Come on. All right. Maybe if Rob is listening, he could resend it. I have lost it. Damn, dead air. Apologies. I think I might be coming up on it. Nope. Still ain't find it. Well, all right. I'm going to paraphrase. I don't know. He tweets a lot, this mug. So, basically, he said he's been to a lot of heavyweight fights, and he listed off a Lennox Lewis fight, a Vladimir Klitschko fight, and he said basically, you know, that none of those top this, that this is the biggest, most exciting heavyweight fight he's ever been to. Funny because I don't necessarily feel that way, but I get what he's saying. You know, it was a fantastic fight. Maybe I would have felt that way if Wilder would have won, and I'm not as excited. Even though I know Fury shakes it up just as much as Wilder, right? Like if we would have had a bland personality win the belt, it would have been a little worse, but Fury's a little more out there than fucking Wilder, right? Like he can sell everything. He's a great speaker, and I mean, this is Mr. No T-shirt, right? So they had about 16,000 people in the T-Mobile Arena, and they're announcing that was a successful gate. We got Bob Arum already announcing that the pay-per-view numbers are tracking above the 850,000 of the second fight. And it looks like that article that I was telling you about, Dan Rayfield, is titled Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder 3, a breathtaking heavyweight epic. So, with 5 knockdowns, right? Altogether, is it 5 in the series? Or is it more? Fury knocked Wilder down, 2 times? Or is it 1 time? And then the stoppage round where he didn't really go down, right? So I guess that makes it 5 knockdowns in the series. I guess this is when I wish I was a historian. See if I knew off cap any other heavyweight fights or heavyweight trilogies that had that many knockouts or knockdowns. Many people feeling like Wilder, if he would have just stood in the ring, gave his post-fight, he could have been living off the title of warrior. Because of the way that he fought, obviously fighting to get the rematch by going to court, fighting on sheer heart when it was obvious that his tank was depleted. But some of that praise that he could be receiving is being lost due to, obviously, the non-post-fight interview, the walking out of the ring. Those actions that not everyone were kind of on board with. But we got another super chat sneaking in and looking like Jaime saying nothing. Just showing love. Well, we'll take it. We'll take it. Hopefully that wasn't a mistake and you didn't lose your message. But, yeah, man, let me open up these phone lines and get your thoughts on Wilder not retiring, deciding that retirement isn't in the plans just yet, and he will fight on, according to his trainer, Malik Scott.
These calls are brought to you by Big Rigs Trucking Agency, experts for all your insurance and trucking needs. For quotes and consultations, visit us at brtagency.com or contact us at 908-943-6918.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Subscribe to youtube.com/The Boxing Voice for the latest and greatest interviews with your favorite fighters.
All right, the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time if you want to voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Let us know, what do you think about Deontay Wilder and his team decision to continue, not to retire post-knockout loss to Fury, and instead announcing that they will fight on. Let me go on out to AMG in Oklahoma. What's up?
Yeah, what's up, Ness?
How you doing, brother?
Good. Yeah, no, I don't think you should retire. I still want to see him fight. Like, I still want the Joshua fight. I still want the Andy Ruiz fight. I think those are good fights. I don't see Wilder being a champion again just because I think he's a little older than Fury, and I just don't see him beating Fury right. I assume Fury will probably get undisputed. He should be the favorite for that. But no, I don't think he should retire. Just take a 6, 7, 8 months and come back and get a build-up fight and then get a big fight like a Ruiz, Joshua, or like Dillian White or somebody.
He
shouldn't retire.
Do you think Andy Ruiz, Wilder, Cinco de Mayo is too soon?
No, we're in October right now. I don't think it's too soon. I think that would work. I just think he might want like an easier fight first, though. That's the thing. Maybe fight somebody easier, and then for Independence Day fight Andy Ruiz.
Easier like who? What are you thinking?
Just like a tune-up, I guess is what I mean. I don't really have a name in mind. It's just like a fight that he
like a legit tune-up, like a legit dude that people look at and know Wilder's beating.
I'm okay with that personally.
So
I wouldn't hate on it.
You're saying like a Carlos Negron.
Yeah, so I'm cool with that. Just something to get his confidence back, get that knockout that he's used to, and then go and fight Andy Ruiz in September, for example. I'm okay with that.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in. J Mac, New Orleans, are you available? Mac Attack, what is up?
So you hating?
I'm that guy. What you want to bet on? Bet 100,000 on that. Let's bet $1 million. You getting that money, right? Easy. Let's bet $1 million easy. And I for the bread. When I him, y'all gonna say he was too weak on my life.
Okay, bow down, bitches. I'm about to handle business. I'ma teach you all a lesson. This'll only take a minute. Got a part in all this passion in my blood. Niggas hating just because. Think about it. Everybody love Bud. J Mac, where you at? All these niggas hating on me. Shit is whack. So official with it. Don't check the stats. Hey, I'm out here trying to get it. Next, I only got a minute. Get ready for the back attack.
Oh, that's
what
up?
Yep.
Everybody said. Oh, they got the background.
Yeah, AMG. I muted him.
Okay. He probably did that on purpose. He a hater. He a J-Mac hater. No, as far as Wilder, I'm glad he's not retiring. I don't think he should. However, I think he could beat even the guys we still consider the top guys in the weight class, except Fury. I think he need to get his mind right, get some time, get a lot more experience on setting up bigger punches and fighting some guys that's similar to him to get his confidence back. There's some great fights out there. I do think Wilder is prideful. I think Wilder may consider Andy Ruiz a touch-up, actually, to be honest. I don't think he would think Andy Ruiz is a big fight. So I can see him coming straight back. As long as he healed up, get all his injuries healed up, his hand, his finger, whatever is broke, and what have you. I honestly think he will fight Andy Ruiz after this time off. I mean, you've been around Wilder. You know how he get down. What do you think? Do you think he'll go straight into Andy Ruiz fight? I'm not saying it's the best thing to do, but I think he may consider.
I think, yeah.
So, I mean, I just want to see what he do. Like we was talking about on the back call, should he retire? If he don't look the same after them last two knockouts, then he should consider it. But I think he still can beat a lot of these top guys in the heavyweight division and still make some noise. I just don't think he got the right. I think Fury is just that dude. Nobody can beat right now. So, I mean, that's my take on it.
Absolutely. So Andre Ward is active on the subject of Fury's return, and he's answering to random people that are giving their take about his back and forth with Eddie. So someone says, if Usyk AJ was sooner, I'd agree. But one, that fight won't be until late March or early April, according to Hearn. Two, Fury said he hates being inactive. If Fury really wants to be active, a fight with White in May still gives him 7 months between fights and sets up undisputed next fall. Now, that's if Eddie gets his way of Dillian getting a shot, and that's also, it's a lot of moving parts there, because that also means Dillian has to beat Valine in October 30th. I'm pushing for the Ruiz fight in May for Wilder. Fury, I would rather see him fight White or Wallin winner, whoever that is. You know, this way, AJ Usyk happens March, April. Fury versus whoever happens in May. Undisputed could happen, September, October, November months. But keeping the lines moving, we got Coach Midday. What up?
I am the unified heavyweight champion of the world. I know you're booing me because I whipped the fighter's ass, but you know, that's boxing.
On this side of the pond, we're serious, do you know what I mean? UK, Great Britain boxing is on the map.
My God, I feel terrible. I feel terrible that I'm living in your red rent free.
Oh, Ness, what up?
What up?
Yeah, man, I think it's a good news, man. I think it's a good news. Obviously, it's a very personal decision, and he obviously feels that he's still got some to offer. I believe he still has a lot to offer for the division, and the division is much better for having someone like him in there. Like, you know, no matter what we say, you know, he has some strength. He's in exciting fights, and there's still like unanswered questions that we have as like fans, right? Like there's some matchups that we want to see. Whether those guys are undefeated or not doesn't really matter to me. Like, you know, I want to see him against like Joshua. I want to see him against White. I want to see him against Ruiz. And I want to see all those guys, like all of us have been saying, or a lot of us have been saying for a while. We want to see those guys against each other. And I also don't believe that Fury is like unbeatable, like we say, right? Like we've seen him, you know, taking his eye off the ball in some of the matchups, like with Wallin, he could have lost. You know, he's lost in the past, and he wasn't given that loss on his record. So anything can happen. All those guys, you know, at the top level, I want to see the top 5 can beat each other. You know, it's all about styles. It's all about like, you know, how they come on the day, man. Fights have to be fought. We need to stop with those like, oh, this guy's unbeatable, this guy's this guy will beat this guy. We just don't know. So I want to see Wilder against some of those guys, and we'll get our answers there and then, right? And it's good for him. If he wants to continue, then good. He needs to continue. That's obviously how he feels.
If you had it your way, what would be his next 4 fights?
Oh, 4 fights, man. You're asking a lot. Like, so yeah, 4 fights. If we're talking like selfishly as like a boxing fan,
selfish but realistic. Understanding that people, you know, understanding White hasn't fought, understanding AJ's tied up.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I'll do the realistic one that can happen on the PBC side. I guess, like, you know, it can happen with Andy Ruiz. So, you know, I'll probably give him Charles Martin first, then I give him Andy Ruiz. So like one comeback fight with Charles Martin that he should be winning easily, in my opinion, even though Charles Martin is a southpaw and will offer a different dimension. I think like he gets rid of him. Then a tougher fight with Ruiz, and, you know, he'll have to answer some questions. By that time, I hope that, you know, the landscape will be changed, and you know, it won't be too much politics, and I want to see him against like AJ and Dillian, like in what order? In any order, right? So AJ or Dillian, and that'll be 4 good fights, man, and 4 tough fights, I guess, except from the Charles Martin fights.
All right. Well, Mitty, man, thanks for calling in. I did a new poll, and I think I'm gonna stick with it. Who should Deontay Wilder first fight back be? Should it be Andy Ruiz Jr.? Should it be Charles Martin, as Mitty is indicating or suggesting? Should it be Gerald Miller? And maybe I should put Big Baby, as he's been forgotten. Or should it be Carlos Negron tune-up? Because, you know, some are suggesting maybe he needs a tune-up. What's a good first fight? Now, obviously, the Big Baby fight isn't an easy fight, but Big Baby's coming back off of a huge layoff. I don't even think that he would take the Wilder fight off such a layoff. But, you know, if that could be negotiated, if Big Baby feels his back to the wall and he's like, look, I've ruined my opportunities. This is a shot. I might as well jump on it. But that's a tough fight. If you think Adam's tough, how the hell could Gerald Miller not be tough? But let's go. We're going to see what you guys decide. Looks like we got a super chat from Roland Curtis, who says, Ness, you said there was 5 knockdowns in the series, but you forgot 2 knockdowns from the first fight and 2 knockdowns from the second fight. So it's 9 knockdowns, 5 to Fury. No, 5. 9 knockdowns, 5 to 4 Fury. Okay, 5-4 Fury. Yeah, Wilder only put him down 4 times. Damn, did he put Wilder down 4? Did he put Wilder down 5? I know the body shot. I know he caught that right hand off the ropes, so that's 2 because he hit him with 2 rights, right? In that fight yesterday, dropped him twice, which was the knockout punch, and the one before that. Crazy. It's a hell of a series for sure, man. I'm glad he's not retiring, you know. I forget who. I just had deja vu. Like, I remember Ward, you know, us having a show and Ward saying something like that, like wanting someone to retire. And they came back and did well, or I could be messing it all up. But let's see where the poll is at. I knew it. Everybody wants the Andy fight just like me, so I don't get it, man. They need to give us that Andy fight. And that's a realistic fight. Like, everybody else is tied up. AJ's on paper. He can't do anything but try to get his belts back, and that's what he should be doing. Fury, he's the king. He sits back and waits. Dillion's tied up in the Oda Valeen fight. Ruiz has only had rumors with guys like Ortiz and offers from Dillian that he can't accept at this point. We're going to go out to Mr. PBC, Seattle, Washington. What up?
Mr. PBC, baby.
BoxingVoice.com. I'm the finest. Canelo talking about he believe he can win. Go to my kitchen. Get the sharpest knife and cut the bullshit up. I don't care what you do good. I do every fucking thing great.
Mr. PBC, baby.
Yeah, so I knew he wasn't going to retire. If anybody, like, if I beat up or lost to somebody in a street fight or something, but I gave them the hardest fight they said and the bang for their buck, why would I retire? I mean, yeah, you lost. I mean, I think he's definitely a problem in this division. That's why I said Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, I can see them fighting again. I don't see no one beating them. I know some people think that's trolling or fan shit, but I really don't see nobody beating him. And for him to come back, I would like to see him versus Helenius or Andy Ruiz, or, you know, this might sound weird, maybe FA. I just would like to see that style against that style, just for a fun fight. I guess that's my fun fight. FA versus Wilder, 2 Wilders basically getting in, or Frank Sanchez, you know, another Luis Ortiz. Kind of like dude, you know, his career's not over, and the people who think it is, I mean, it's just sad. You're just trolling.
I hear you, man. We got King Born, Brooklyn. What up?
When you see old dirty bastard fall in a position like that, then you know that I'm getting ready to bust your.
Yo! First of all, I want to say I love my TBV comrades, love my TBV live chat. Comrades, let's get to it. Fuck all that, man. Wilder needs, he don't need a tune-up, he don't need an oil change, he needs to check his tires. This the fights I want for him. I want goddamn eBay, the one that's supposed to have fight next, y'all, on that top rank shit. Give him eBay, give him Carlos Negron, and give him the goddamn Russian, the dude that fought the fake big baby, Vladimir Tereshkin, man. And let Wilder chill out for 9 months, man. He fought the toughest dude in the division. Let him chill. Let him get his mind right, man. Let him chill, relax and shit. We knew he wasn't going to retire, y'all. Word is born. And like I said, man, that Andy shit, give him Andy in September. And in boxing, we need a bad guy. I want the real big baby Miller back. I want him fighting Tyson Fury, man, after he get a tune-up with Dillian White and Chisora, man. But let Wilder live, y'all. Let him live. Fuck that. Take him off the CPR. Let him live, man. Let him get 4
more second tires, no oil tank, no tune-ups, man. Tereskin, Carlos Negron, eBay, iBay, and Rydell Booker. That's what I want, man. Let him get his confidence back, y'all. You do you agree, Ness? You gotta get his confidence back, man. Give him Rydell Booker, man.
Nah, I don't see Wilder dropping down that low. He's a man of pride. Rydell Booker, like, at least Negron's fought on PBC TV. Like, Rydell Booker, you trying, that's like a backhanded tune-up you giving him. Like, yo, I'm looking you out, but I'm really playing you out. But Marlon So Icy Sims, what up? Working right now? You in that gym, player? Okay.
What's happening? What's happening? Can you hear me?
Perfect.
Yeah, man. No, I'm glad he ain't retiring. He don't need to retire. There's still a lot of fights that, could be happening with him. This could be a second part of his career that's going to make him get, just still put him in that limelight. At the end of the day, he got real fans that still want to see him fight regardless. A side note, King Born, every time I hear that Old Dirty Bastard intro, I'm just like, what the hell is he saying? That should be throwing me off so much. But other than that, man, keep rocking TBV. And everybody make sure y'all hit that like button. That's my call.
All right. Yo, we had some big-ass betters over the weekend, bro. People was dropping that dough. Hopefully y'all won, man. Hopefully y'all won, because, wow. Somebody made some, like I said this already, though. I said this already, like, yo, people was betting thousands on this fight, man. I was telling y'all how big it was, and that's how I was influencing you to go to my bookie, because I knew it's one of the rare occasions where we could have made money either way. Either way, if you thought Fury was winning, you could have made $90 off every 100, and if you thought Wilder was winning, you'd have made buku dollars. And man, some people took advantage for sure. Brandon Maurice, what up?
Hey, whole nother time zone. Jumped up for back with our mind on. Can't play when you here, get your life stole. If you bring it here, then the price grow. From jabbing and punching the line long. I drop a pigeon, let 9 go. We slap with the fake glass and white go. This only happens in Ohio.
Hey, Ness, what's up, brother? How I sound?
Chilling.
Man, hey, before I say this, you know what I like about Wilder and what I would miss about him if he was to retire, which I'm glad he's not. That whole fight from rounds 1 to 12, although that man was winded and tired, you just knew he had the power to change that shit at any second, so you could never count him out. You was just thinking, like, Wilder can land one shot, and it'd be right back to business for him.
Nah,
and he leave you on the edge.
You can't do that no more with Fury, though. You seen it. Even that one shot.
Nah, man.
Bruh.
But I'm saying, as watching it, you had that thought in your mind until that fight was over. You thought he could land that shot. He leaves you on the edge of your seat, man. And that's the one thing that I love about him and why he's one of my favorite fighters. Now, as far as him retiring, I didn't say he should retire. I said he should take a year off with the hand and knuckle injury, the whooping he took. And, just the purse he's going to demand, it's going to be hard to find him a fight. Y'all keep saying Andy Ruiz, but it's rumored Andy's fighting Luis Ortiz. He's not going to beat Luis if they fight.
It's an old rumor, man. That shit ain't happening
yet.
I'm
telling you, man, it's got to be a reason why.
No, listen, I hear you with the smoke and the fire and Luis turning down shit. I'm just saying that's been a while. And look, Andy, if it ain't Andy, it's Ruiz 3. It's just that simple. If Ruiz can't beat Ortiz, it's Ortiz 3 then. That ain't our fault.
Yeah, I don't know if Ortiz 3 is the fight. I think you hit it on the head with the big baby. You get a guy coming off 2 years layoff. He's going to be rusty. He's over 300 pounds, so you can work on your physical strength fighting a guy like Big Baby because he's going to be working you so you can get better at that stuff because people say you can't fight on the inside. Y'all have some past beef. He said some stuff about your girl, so it's going to be some spicy build-up.
Yo, it's sad that they not friends, man. That was actually the best spawn partner, man. You know what I mean? Like have Big Baby. They sparred in the past. He was in Alabama in the past, but that's when they be, you know, they wasn't friends. And that would be good. The thing is, the Big Baby's not as tall, man. So the leaning ain't gonna be the same, I don't think. I'm not sure anyway. We got Josh, South Carolina. What up?
What's going on, man? First of all, I want to congratulate both of them. That was the best heavyweight fight in my lifetime. I ain't gonna lie. Me thinking I'm 32 years old, and my heavyweight fight, that fight was, I think, in my opinion, 10 times better than that Klitschko and Joshua fight. But hell no, Wilder shouldn't retire. And he don't need no tune-ups. I don't know why people listen. I know he don't have the other belt, so he's not. You know, people don't want to say he's gonna be in title picture right now, but. Other than Tyson Fury, there's not another heavyweight getting up from that man's punches. So I'm telling you, he's still the second best heavyweight. Maybe 2, 3, 4 fights down the line, he could fight Fury for undisputed. I don't know. But I want to see him fight White, Ruiz. I can see Charles Martin and Joshua. Of course, Joshua. I want to see him. He don't need no tune-up for nobody. He can go back, take some time. But the way he fought against Fury, you can tell that man is still head and beyond, other than Fury, above everybody else in the heavyweight division. I don't care what nobody say. He knocking everybody else out. So hell yeah, there's no need in him.
All right, brother. Thank you for calling in. Let's see. Looking like we got C. No. That is Jessica in Atlanta. What up?
Hey. How you doing?
All right.
Okay, so I wanted to say I don't know why everybody want Wilder to retire. I just don't get that. It just shows the mindset of people that quitters. You lose 2 fights and you quit. Like I just feel like y'all some quitters. Y'all trying to convince that man to retire. But I think I want him to fight Louise White. I definitely want him to knock White out because I'm sick of him. And yeah, that's my call. Oh, and I want to leave y'all with this. If Wilder is a bum and Fury fought him, so why that makes him the best heavyweight in the world? He a bum that fight bums. Just saying.
That's true. But that's for the haters, man. You know, you're debating with like internet trolls. Those are the guys that say Wilder's a bum and Fury is great. But your argument makes all the logic in the world. How could one guy be a bum and the guy that beat him be great? You know, because if they complain about Wilder's resume, Wilder is a bum slayer on Tyson's resume. So, like, what's really good? But we all know that that's just like non-boxing fans, people with no knowledge, you know, people with knowledge of the sport respect what we saw yesterday. And that's why we're gathered here today to discuss and celebrate that he isn't retiring, because Joseph Parker owes Wilder. I'd like to see him sleep Joseph too, you know what I'm saying? He escaped that unification, went the AJ route. You could sleep Joseph, get the Parker Chisora winner. Young Profeta says Andy would be good. He didn't seem to want that work with Wilder after the fight, but he still wanted the AJ fight. Charles Martin would be cool too. Yeah, that's because Andy wants that Tyson Fury fight, and he's been wanting that for some time, man. You know, he's been wanting that for some time. We got Supermax that says, for Ruiz to risk reward ain't worth it. With his ranking, he's only going to play it safe and wait on his shot. No way he steps in to get annihilated by Wilder. I mean, I don't know. Again, we did the math. Like, a hater tried to say that fight would only do 300,000 pay-per-views. And at 300,000, them dudes is getting 7 million and 5 million each. It's not bad. It's not bad. Plus U.S. exposure. You know, that's not bad. Pay-per-view upside. Well, actually, no pay-per-view upside because that's calculated at 300,000. But, you know, it's an option. But I hear you. For Andy, if he takes a safe fight, Mauricio maybe makes him the mandatory at the convention. The 59th convention is taking place in Mexico, but you got to be vaxxed, man. I ain't going. I ain't vaxxed. So mad he made that shit a requirement. How you gonna do mandatory vax, bruh? Bullshit. Halt, Maryland. Turn that radio down, champ.
Yo, what's up, Ness?
What up?
Ain't too much. Hey, look. Wilder's fine. Wilder don't need to retire. What needs to retire is these boxing fans, bruh. Boxers have the worst fans, man. Basketball team, your favorite basketball team might lose 2 times a week. They still love them. Your favorite football team might lose 4 times in the season. They still love them. A golfer, if you got a favorite golfer, they might lose to 20 people in one day, and they still love them. But a boxer, he get one loss, man, they throw him in the trash, bro. It's the fans. We need new fans, brother. We need loyal fans for boxing. That's the problem. Wilder did his doctor checkup. When he left the fight, they said he was cool. No reason to even be talking about retirement. No reason at all. It's the fans, bro. That's what the problem is. We need real boxing fans to love the sport and love the boxers that put their life on the line, and stop cutting their throat when they have a loss after they're going to fight the absolute best in the sport. That's what you asked for. The best fighting the best, so he ended up losing. Don't cut his throat. He put it all on the line. It's the fans, Ness. We need new fans for boxing, brother. That's my call.
I hear you, man. I wish I had like a soundbite for that, because you was preaching. It is the fans. Fans of this sport suck. That's why I love Border Wars, man. And I'm not even trying to take it there. I'm just saying. It's good to give these guys an opportunity to get in the ring and swing and see what it is. You know? Let them learn what it takes to be in there. Who you have to be. What type of person you have to be. What type of cloth you got to be cut from. You know? But we got our poll here. And if you're on Blog Talk and you haven't pressed 1, that's why I haven't gone to you. But the poll looks overwhelmingly in favor of Andy Ruiz Jr. The other options haven't even made it to 20%, let alone 15%. So looks like Andy is the fight people want to see Deontay Wilder in the ring with. And we'll see how long it takes before PBC can give us something like that. Looks like we got ourselves a new caller in Maryland, Baltimore area. Who's this?
Well, what's up, big homie? This Vanell Stevenson. I just want to give my little 2 cents about the fight.
You said what's
man?
your
Make a
name?
long story short, Vanell Stevenson.
Vanell, how you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, what's up, big bro? I just want to give my little 2 cents about the fight. I mean, what I don't be understanding is like us as fans, man, and some people have fans. You want to see the best fight the best. You feel me? And people just don't get that. Now we had the best fight and the best. Just because he lost don't mean he's out. Don't mean he's out at all. Don't mean he's out at all, man. But, you know, you got these casual-ass fans out here, and that's how they be. So it is what it is. But at the end of the day, I would like Wilder to fight Ortiz. I mean, not Ortiz. I would like him to fight the fat guy y'all just said, or I would like him to fight Dillian White. Out of them two. I think him and Dillian White should get it on.
I like both.
What you think in your opinion?
I like both of those fights, Andy Ruiz or Dillian White. Dillian White busy. He got to fight October 30th. Tune into that. He going to be fighting Ottawa Violin, the dude that cut Fury. But if he could win,
yes, sir.
If he could win, I want that Wilder fight. We've been wanting that Wilder fight. And if he lose, I'll take the Violin fight.
Violin. But what about the guy Afia Jabba? I would like the Wilder to fight him too. I hate to say it, but did he even win? Because I didn't come to the fight part. He didn't win.
He ain't win.
He lost.
He lost. Sanchez beat him.
Right. But it's not over for Wilder, man. Sometimes, you know what I mean, it happens. I mean, went in there, gave it his best. But at the same time, listen,
I think Wilder's the type of person that listens to criticism too. But Wilder, I mean, after the third round, he abandoned the game plan.
Yeah.
He abandoned the game plan. Yeah, so
You
if he
being
abandoned the game
generous.
plan, he would. Yes,
I
you know what
thought
I'm
he
saying? He
abandoned
abandoned
the game plan after the first round. He was done with that game plan, in my opinion.
Oh, right. I said after the second round, it was over with, man. You seen his body language, and you know what I mean. And then it's another thing, you know what I mean. I don't want before I let you go. It's another thing. Anytime Deontay Wilder fight, man, they never give him a fair shake. This is my opinion, man. This is my opinion. I mean, I watched it a million times. It took you 17 seconds to get off the goddamn canvas, man. It'd be crazy, well. So in my opinion, he never won. But thank you, big brother, for taking my call. I always listen to you. I think you're the best out here.
Appreciate you, man. Baltimore, DMV, stand up. Let's go. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of that, y'all. There's a lot of people that are. There is a new long count accusation. This fight, man, these dudes are probably linked forever. What is this? 607. Who's this? Where you calling in from?
Hey, I'm calling from New York, bro, but I grew up in the South, bro.
All right. What's your name, champ?
Hey, man, it's Jerome, man. Hey, listen, man.
Jerome, how are you?
I'm great, bro. Listen, man. I see people saying Wilder's hard-headed and all that. Listen, man. Fury and Wilder. That was one of the greatest. I've been watching. Let me just break it down later. I've been watching boxing since I was 5 years old. I've seen some of the greats. I even watched old school fights. All the greats. I watched.
Sir, Jerome, make sure your microphone ain't rubbing on your beard or your shirt or your hoodie. If you got some sort of earpiece, or just try to talk clearly into the mic so we can hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me good now, bro?
Perfect.
Okay. All right. This is need to be said, man. We witnessed greatness on Saturday night from both of them guys. Okay? Regardless of what you think, we witnessed greatness. Okay? It takes a lot. It takes balls to get in that ring. Balls. And we witnessed greatness, man. Regardless of what you think about any of these fighters, stop thinking because fighters lose, like my man said, 1 or 2 times. Man, we done seen the greats. I done seen fighters lose 9, 10 times and come back and be champion, man. Come on, man. That don't mean nothing. Loss don't mean nothing, bro. Losses don't mean nothing. It's how you respond to losses. That's what, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's about, man. You know what I'm saying? Boxing is just a sport. You know what I'm saying? He's there to be great. These fighters are here to be great. Either you in boxing to be great, why are you boxing? You know what I'm saying? If you ain't in a sport to be great, why are you in that sport? You know what I'm saying? The best supposed to fight the best. Period. When the fans are spending their hard-earned money, we want to see the best fight the best, man. If you
champ, I know this is your first time calling in, so you probably like, yo, what's going on? But it's a limited time per caller. I gave you more time than normal because you're a first-time caller, but like it is a limited time per caller. Everybody normally gets a minute. On Thursdays, we get 3 minutes per caller. Do apologize. I got to get to someone else. But you are allowed to get a second call if you do a Cash App for $5, which is called a counter punch. Like if you're hooking off, you know what I'm saying? You're countering somebody. You get the counter, come right back on. In the meantime, I got one of those that I'm talking about from Seattle. Dom, what up? Counter punch.
Yo. I'm a boxing fan overall. I like PVC, of course, but I'm a boxing fan overall in the rules. I like rules because it makes me understand, well, what can you do and what you can't do. And that's what I've been saying with Tyson Fury. I give him props on all that stuff, but if there's not going to be rules, let's not put the rules. If there's never going to be rules, if there's a countdown and we can get to 12 seconds, well, then let's put the countdown to 12 seconds. That's all I'm saying. I'm not hating on nobody, but if it's going to continue, then that's what happens with casual things. If things continue, it'll probably be that. And I don't want that. I want 10-second counts. I want, dirty fighting to be, that's the point. At the end of the day, that's my call.
You know, some would wonder, are people upset with the decision, bitter with the decision, delusional, all sorts of things, I just think I'm happy that the fight was as good as it was because I really was afraid that it was going to be a boxing match. You know what I mean? I'm glad it was a banger. We got Young Prophet says Hellenius for his WBA spot would be good too. I don't want that fight because I know Hellenius has been in camp with Wilder like 5-6 times, Wilder won't be afraid. We need somebody on the other end from him that can test him. And I don't think that's Hellenius. You comfortable with sparring partners, man. It's that new dude you ain't been in there. I mean, at least that's what I believe. I believe it's the new dude. The guy you used to. You know what to expect, Headgear, no headgear, same shit. RNS1 says, Wilder lost his mojo. Dudes are going to be going at him from here on. Look what happened to Mike and Roy. Fury provided blueprint to beat him. Yeah, no, Hunter was already a dude that was talking crazy about Wilder, so I'm sure now he's ready to ask for the Wilder fight. But how many more people would be like that? I don't think that there's a lot of people because he still put Fury down twice. That forehead shot, I got a slow motion in the pre-pro of that forehead shot. Bruh, Fury's body fat ripples like a wave in the ocean from the forehead to his waist. Shout out to Rob in the UK, gave us that, bro. It's insane. Like, no one can deny this man has God-given power. Cunningham, I think, was scrambling or fumbling to say that he was blessed. That man is blessed. That man was given a right hand that can change his life, and he changed his life. He changed his life. We laugh because, we're fight fans and we live in the moment. But at the end of the day, my man got millions of dollars in the bank and his WBC title on the wall, on the mantle. He got it painted downstairs in his personal gym. There's posters with him holding it throughout the gym and all over the world. In Alabama, there's a whole fucking storage facility with a picture of him holding that belt and some Alabama quarterback. You can't reign forever. Evander lost. Holyfield lost. Ali. I mean, we've been going through this shit for the last month, man, or so. Everybody lost. There's only a few, man. Shout out to Fury if he can make it to that Floyd Mayweather status, man. Because it's obviously what fight fans and fighters hold so dear. I think that's bigger and better than the world title, the undefeated record post-Mayweather era. He's influenced people so much that this is what's happening. This man who was a Budweiser driver lived the American dream. He's literally Rocky and being clowned. He won the heavyweight title of the world, defended it way more than Rocky, by the way, made some good shillings on the way, and people think he should retire. I'm very happy Malik announced that he's not retiring. Now it's up to PBC to put together a marketing plan to bring him back properly. And listen, if they can bring Andy back on pay-per-view, look for Wilder to be back on pay-per-view without a doubt. They're going to test the water. And with Bob saying that the fight is tracking well, win or lose, you were in that fight, Thurman lost. Not a great example to bring up. I know a lot of people don't like Thurman's value, but Thurman lost, and he's valued at what he's valued, and that was proven with the Porter Crawford fight and what they paid Porter. We're gonna go to South Florida. Day, what it do?
That's what it do.
Chilling, man. Another day, another show.
Yeah, man. Look, the reason why I think Deontay Wilder should highly consider retirement, bruh, is because of the punishment he took in both fights, bruh. You know what I'm saying? He got obliterated in the second fight, had blood coming out his ear in both fights. He took a lot of punishment, bruh. You feel me? So, I mean, if he gets examined and everything's good, then, you know, I would love to see Wilder back in the ring, you feel me, against Ruiz or Dillian White. But, you know, he took a lot of punishment, bruh. You feel me?
But
Champ, that's all I gotta say, bruh.
Hold on, Champ, because
yeah,
I mean, if we being mean,
right?
So, you know, did he really take damage?
Right.
It's only 3.5 tough fights, and I ain't even talking all Furies. I'm saying the last 2 Furies, and maybe somebody could argue Duopa, because I remember his eye being looking like a little hamburger in that fight.
Yeah, like me personally, I honestly believe he was still suffering some symptoms from the second fight in the because bro, he got tired so easily in the fight that just happened. Like his stamina got gassed so quick. So, you know, I kind of think he still has some damage from the second fight. You know, I don't know if it's because of the gloves or what, but you know, he took a lot of punishment. But you know, he is 36, and I feel like if he's good, and it makes no sense to retire, you feel me? Just fight who you could fight, you know what I'm saying? Fight AJ, and, you know, call that shit a career, you feel me?
I hear you. Shout out, Day.
Yes, sir.
I don't know, man. I do not feel like that at all. You know, walk with me here, because I'm going to sound crazy to some. I feel like probably the energy dump comes from fear, anxiety, man. You know, again, you got to think about it. You know, as tough as we think he is, as bad as we think he thinks he is because of his God-given power, you still looking across the man that he got your number. You know he do. You know he do. You've watched the tape. You get the comments. So it's a totally different fight from that first fight, and that's why I say that more confidently now, because I watched that first fight this week, and I was like, wow. Just turn on the first round of the first fight. That Wilder is gone. And he tried to come back in the third fight, and you see he looks like that in the third fight of the first round. But it was an energy dump. Believe me, people think he didn't train. I believe it was anxiety, man. I believe it was anxiety. And I hate, again, I said y'all gonna think I'm crazy because I'm gonna relate it to myself. But, like, that's how it would be for me when I would spar someone that was way better, or I ain't gonna say way better, but you know how when you get in the gym and then, like, they tell you sparring and you hit a dude record, that shit fucks with you psychologically. It does. Or it always has for me. It always has for me. I remember I told y'all this story already when I sparred that pro. My man got like 14 losses. And I thought I was about to put hands on this motherfucker, and he beat the brakes off me again. That's because I underestimated the record. So in that instance, I'm looking at the record gaining confidence. But in other instances, they'll put me in there with national champs with 60 amateur fights. The dude that looked like Adam, I told you about that. And that shit took my confidence. I would be nervous. So I could see that happen in the Wilder. This dude got your fucking number. He talks shit to you. He pushes you. He ain't got no respect for you. Everybody else fears you. Not him. I don't think it was a lack of training. I think it was the moment, man. It was a different, finally the tables have been turned. The bully ain't the bully no more. I mean, look, the dude that's supposed to be the bully keep trying to box. That's why you losing. You on the back foot. And again, maybe it was all by design, and I'm talking about the first round, but it don't matter what Fury's game plan was. A boxing match is round by round, and we all gave the first round to Wilder. So whether Fury was by design letting Wilder dump his load, try to be the hero, and then do what he did strategically next in the second round, it don't matter. Wilder won that round, and that was one round down. But it was he who lost all his energy, and I believe it was from the anxiety. You can tell his mind was thinking a mile a minute. Like, look, even the ring outfit changed. He made sure it wasn't no heavy shit this time. Like, they was thinking about everything. Look, they sent Tay and a whole bunch of people to the gut. Like, it probably was just too much shit on his mind because this fight means so much to him. I don't know, but I'm going to ask Mitty. Mitty, you a fighter. You fought semi-pro, no headgear, in front of thousands of people. Am I far-fetched? I mean, couldn't it been the anxiety that slightly got to him because, you know, you're dealing with this guy that you're not sure you can beat? Come on, Mitty. Don't leave me hanging. You're the only fighter I can go to. This fucking guy's really going to be like, not talk to me right now. Thank you a lot. Big Nick, what up in the UK? This freaking guy, Mitty. You suck,
what's going on,
Mitty.
Ness?
Mitty sucks, man.
What's happening, Ness, man? Listen, just want to say congratulations on the live fight chat video, man. That video's done numbers, champ.
Thank you, brother.
Bro, do you know what? Just to quickly answer your question, yeah, I agree, man. I do think it was an element of anxiety, maybe a little bit of fear. And also, bro, you're asking the guy who's usually a low output fighter and who doesn't necessarily throw many jabs. In the first round, he came out, bro. Not only was he tense in the shoulders, but he was throwing a lot of jabs and he was throwing it with a lot of bad intentions. And I think he didn't pace himself. And when you don't pace yourself in a boxing ring, you know that you're going to pay for it at some point. And I think that's exactly what happened. But, you know, bro, sometimes as boxing fans, man, we get like caught up in the moment. And straight after a fight, we all say things that maybe when we think about maybe 24 hours or 48 hours after, you think, oh, maybe that's not correct. Bro, listen, if he's taken too much damage, we won't know, innit? Until he gets in the ring. But for me, I think he can still come back. I think it's good that he's not retired. There's fights for him out there. Maybe a Carlos Negron to come back with, or maybe a Kawanaki. A Kawanaki that would do good numbers in the Barclays Center with the Polish community, I think in New York and whatnot. And then maybe there's some big grudge matches for him out there. There's Big Baby, there's Dillian White. He can just start to pad his record with good fighters that when, you know, it's time for him to retire, we can look back and we can say, oh, you know what? He had a good resume. He was a former world champion. He did well. So I think there's still life in the old dog yet. Although maybe, I don't know, the next 18 months, the titles are going to be probably, you know, they'll be tied up with, you know, rematches and then undisputed and stuff like that. But there's time for him. There's definitely some fights out there for him. But that's my corners.
Let me ask you, if you had it your way, how many months do you want him out? Like, what month do you want to see his feet back in the ring and the bell ringing for an actual fight?
Well, he's had two hard fights back to back, and in those fights, he's taken a beating. So you kind of need to see where he's at mentally or physically, like how much of an effect those fights have taken. So I would like maybe 6 to 8 months rest period, and then give him a training camp for, again, like maybe one of those fighters like a Negron or a Kawanaki, just to see where he's at.
Wait. So you're not saying 6 or 7 months he's in the ring. You're saying 6 or 7 months, then start training to get in the ring.
Yeah.
So you're saying 9 months total for a fight?
Yeah, because he's had 2 really hard fights back to back, and to be honest, those 2 fights that he's had
But
puts
didn't he
like
have like 18 months in between one?
well, this is something that I brought up on the back corners. He had 20 months, and I did think, if people say that he's had a year out, that means he would have had about one fight in nearly 3 years. And I just thought to myself, that's a bit too long, especially at his age. Like, you don't want to be 37 and you're having your second fight in 3 years. But I do think that he needs some time to heal, because the fights he's had puts a lot of mileage on the clock. That's a lot mentally, physically. So I just want him to have a little bit of a break, go away, do some more work with Malik Scott, get his mind right, and then come back to a lower level fight. Because what happens with these fights as well, and it's a similar thing that happened with AJ, once people kind of have your number, it gives everybody else a little bit of confidence that when they go and fight you, that all of a sudden the tactics change a little bit more. Fighters are not that afraid to come forward. Fighters are not that afraid to pressure you, because they've seen what happens when they do pressure you, and they've seen what the success they can get when they do pressure you. So I just think he needs a little bit of time out, bro, just to reset. But I don't want him to retire, because I don't think there's that many fighters in the heavyweight division where we could say, he should retire and then be done away with him, because I don't necessarily think that Fury's got that many years left in him. I don't think he's going to be fighting for another 4 or 5 years. So I think, long may it continue. If he can stick around for a little longer, why not?
All right. Yeah, man. Again, I'm good with him not retiring, man. So this is a good announcement. We got a couple of super chats. Looks like Supermex is back saying Jack Reese debunked that on this very show 2 years ago after the first fight. It is not 10 seconds on a knockdown. It is a ref 10 count. They have discretion. Okay, Super Mix. We got Young Profeta back with another one that says Wilder versus Violent White loser is cool too. No, definitely cool, but it seems like some people are thinking he might need something softer. And if that's the case, going with the sparring partner, I guess, is a better thing, because he's confident. He knows that guy, and he can get the knockout that he needs to continue to boost the confidence. And like Nick said, another camp with Malik, they got to work on loopy shots. He's got to work on blocking loopy shots, man. I mean, the Taekwondo style defense, trying to chop the hand of Fury while it's coming at you, that's not going to work. That obviously it doesn't work on an elite level. He should see that. He's got to get a traditional high guard. He's got to keep his hands on the fucking phone when the hook is coming at him. And he attempted that. He even turned into it a little bit so that he could roll with it, but fucking Fury is so accurate, bro. He was slipping them damn things right around. Counterpunch from my man Hawk, man, I tried to go to you before and it didn't let me, so I will bless you with more time. You heard?
Yes, sir, man. Hey, I'm with you with that. The anxiety he had, I saw that too, burning up his energy like that with, being kind of anxious. But I don't think, as far as him not shaking the hands and all that, I don't think that people really understand that Wilder is mad from 4 years ago. He got to be mad with himself. 4 years ago, pressing Tyson Fury to get in shape and come out, and he would give him that fight. So, he's got to be mad from all the way back then, because actually when he first started talking about fighting Tyson Fury was retired, fat and out of shape, wasn't thinking about boxing, but he got inspired by Wilder.
But why would he be mad about that?
Not necessarily mad, but if you think about it, this is him. If this is him, if this is your life, when you first meet this person, you're the champion, you're celebrated, you're all of that, and you agree to get him back on his feet by fighting him. Now, 4 years later, he's celebrated, he's the champion, and now in your mind, you have to think at some point, wow, had I not gave him that opportunity the first time and then kept pressing on with it, because it's like
man, I
4 years
see it
ago, he was the champ. It's just something that could be going on in his mind
No,
as
I
to
hear
why
you.
he didn't shake hands and stuff. Yeah. Because actually the dude was on the couch, as they say. And Wilder, he said it, Tyson Fury has said it many times that Wilder was the reason he got back out there. And so when they first started this, Wilder was the champion. Wilder's name was feared throughout the boxing community. And Tyson came through and he ended up taking all that. And, so that could be why he really, hot. I mean, that's a lot. In 4 years, I don't know, two knockouts also, none of these things have happened with him with any other person. So, I don't know, maybe I was just thinking that could be a reason for him to be so deeply upset like he is. Because shaking a man's hand after the fight, I mean, to congratulate the man after the fight, I think Wilder would have got mad love. I mean, mad love, opposed to acting like nothing happened and then walked out.
Of course he would have.
So,
I agree with
yeah,
that.
but another thing, but another thing, like I was saying though, maybe the reason he didn't, like I said, fans treat you so bad when you lose. That's why a lot of the top fighters don't fight each other, because they are more worried about if they lose, how long they're going to be dragged through the mud, opposed to worrying about, okay, if I lose this fight, I might get knocked down to number 3 and I get right back into the mix. No, if they lose this fight, you got to worry about how much mud you're going to get dragged through by the whole community that's on the internet or whatever. So that be on them boxers' mind. That's why we don't get the best fighting the best. But if you watch UFC, you watch any other sport, not just that, any other sport. A loss is like, okay, we get it next week or we get it next time. In any other sport, the boxing, they drag you through the mud. You was never good. You never did nothing. Look at how they shame Joshua. When Joshua has accolades that boxers could start from childhood and never get all the things done, do all the things that Joshua has done. But people talk about him like he's scared, and it's amazing how the couch potato talks about the real boxers that's in the ring, man. It's insane. But that's why these fighters don't fight each other, because what they got to go through. I don't think they're scared to fight each other. I think they're scared of the internet, because it's undefeated, bro. But that's my call, Ness. I appreciate you, my brother.
Appreciate you for rocking out with us, Hawk. You already know. And if you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It's going to help with the visibility of the show. It's going to put this show in the eyes of new boxing fans so that they could call in and voice their opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. And I want to have you go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go ahead and click that notification bell, because this is the second time we go live. We do a morning show. We consider ourselves the Breakfast Club of Boxing. We go live every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. West Coast, 8 a.m. Central, 2 p.m. UK time. I'm going out to callers right after this super chat from Carlos Diaz that says, lots of fights have bad counts. Stop it with the dumb narratives. It's boxing. Both men fought their hearts out. One man was better than the other. Dominic in Seattle. Counterpunch.
I think it's funny people always contradict themselves. First, you want someone to shake someone's hand, and there's
Dom?
fights back to back.
Dom, please start over. You went out after you said you want someone to shake someone's hand. You went to like a dead spot.
Oh, can you hear me now?
I hear you now.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not tripping about the dude didn't want to shake his hand. Obviously, these dudes don't like each other. So, and there's plenty of other fights back in the day where people don't like each other. That's why I've been saying Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder might be seeing each other again. I think that Tyson Fury, yeah, he got clowned back in the day. That made him better and made him want to get in the ring with Wilder. But now Tyson Fury damn near doing what Deontay Wilder doing. I mean, I think he's making Wilder better almost too. I mean, he's giving him the sparring that he needed damn near to show, like, look, you need to stop doing all that nice buddy shit in your camp get real serious on all levels. And that's why I believe Tyson Fury and Wilder are gonna be fighting definitely again, and hopefully they can get this count stuff situated. I just don't want to see this and keep on going on in the forward, and fighting, and definitely refs need to pinpoint shit.
All right. Dom, Seattle. We got Jaime Serán Penido. Jaime Serán Penido with another super chat, just showing love. No words. And Young Prophet, shout out to you. Super chat number 3. Appreciate you.
You're now locked into the king of all boxing podcasts, The Boxing Voice. Jab that like button.
I'm going out to San Francisco. Oh, new caller. Uh-oh. Let's see who's this in San Fran. Hello, boxing fan. What is your name?
Hey, I'm Indigo. Not a new caller. I guess my second call now.
Oh, you got a different number.
Same number. Maybe it showed up differently.
Yep. All right. Talk to us, Indigo.
Yeah, thanks for holding the show down, Solo Dolo. Appreciate you. I was just saying I like the list that Mitty gave of his top 4, and I'd like to see, I was thinking about Ruiz and Dillian White, and I don't know, for some reason I'm really intrigued. I think I would like to see him with Joe Joyce. And I was going to ask you, I know they threw around, if Wilder was to have some, if he was to have a tune-up, he would, I know it threw around the name like Charles Martin and Sanchez, but what do you think about Michael Polite Coffee? What do you think about him?
Ooh, that's a sparring partner and a longtime friend, but hey, it'll be Polite's biggest payday, so he would have to take it.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I think it's time to. It would be nice for some of the folks who are caught up in fights or waiting around for fights to really kind of mix it up with some of the new contenders. I just think we need some new blood. I want to see some new bodies. You know what I mean? I just want to see I want to see some of the, for lack of a better word, old heads get some new work. So anyway, that's my call.
All right, Indigo. Thank you for calling in. If you want to call in, the number to do so is 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time to voice your opinion. Right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Don't forget, you can also add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation. We're going out to Brandon in North Carolina. What is up?
¿Qué lo que? What's up, Ness?
What up?
Dímelo. Hey man, you know I'm an AJ fan, but I'm not even gonna do that. I'm not even gonna say that the narrative changed when AJ got beat. A different tone. My thing is with Wilder, he's been knocked down 8 times in 2 years. I think we have to think about where he wants to go. What is his goal? Does he want to have some more big money fights before he leaves, or does he want to go for a championship? Going for a championship, you're looking at the likes of probably Joe Joyce, the Hergovich, the Daniel Dubois. These are the guys that are in the top 5 in these boxing, these belts. So does he want to go fight one of these young lions or these young bulls, or does he just go ahead and take on somebody like a Ruiz, or one of these other guys? It all depends on where he wants to go with it.
Let me ask you, who do you consider a young bull?
Dubois, which is he's now in the top rankings back. Dubois would be a he hits hard, and we gotta understand, Fury knocked him out, but do we still know if he hits hard or not? Or is it just he's getting good placement punches on Wilder? Does he really hit hard? So what's going to happen when he gets hit by somebody like a Daniel Dubois or somebody like a Joe Joyce who now has great movement and a steady jab and has power. Or Phil Hergovich, who has all of that, and we've already seen them in a spar, years ago, which was a pretty tough spar, which he's gotten better. So do you think that he should get in the ring with one of them? And also, I think that he needs to get back in the ring immediately.
I mean, I believe he gets in the ring with all of them. The question is, does it make sense? What do you gain from getting in there with Hergovich right now? Like, you won't even get the praise of the public. You'll get maybe the praise of 5 or 6 writers, and who's really reading these days, you know? Everything is digital. But I do want to ask you a question as a poll. I just cannot figure it out in terms of options, right? Because I want to ask, do you believe Deontay Wilder would take those fights? But there's really no way of doing that unless I do one poll per fight, and that's just too corny. You know? We need to do better answers than that. But in the meantime, I don't know. J-Mac, did I get to you on this show, my friend? Buddy, old pal?
So you hating?
I'm that guy. What you want to bet on? Bet 100,000 on that. Let's bet $1 million. You getting that money, right? Easy. Let's bet $1 million easy. And I for the bread. When I him, y'all gonna say he was too weak on my life.
Okay, bow down, bitches. I'm about to handle business. I'ma teach you all a lesson. This'll only take a minute. Got a part and all this passion in my blood. Niggas hating just because. Think about it. Everybody love Bud. J-Mac, where you at? Where you at? All these niggas hating on me. Shit is whack. So official with it. Go and check the stats. Hey, I'm out here trying to get it. Next, I only got a minute. Get ready for the back attack.
Yo, yeah, Ness, I was saying this would be my boomerang if you wanted to come back.
It's all good. It's all good.
All right.
It's all good.
All right. Well, I'll say this. Like I said, I'm a fan of seeing what Wilder does after this. I mean, he took 2 historical losses. Some could say he took some losses, some damages losses that can probably end his career, which I don't think so. I think he just got beat and dominated by the guy who just will dominate everybody else. For his styles making fight, I think Fury is a problem for anybody in the heavyweight, and I think Wilder was probably the only guy I can see beat him. I did suggest Joe Joyce. That'd be an interesting matchup against Fury with that jab and his ability to move on his feet. Him not being as smaller than Wilder, I think he can bring some dimensions to Fury that can challenge Fury, and I like to see that fight. Before I got Wilder beating anybody that I could mention as far as Usyk, AJ, Frank Sanchez.
What about like this guy said? Young bulls. Who you think is a young bull in the division? Like, oh shit, he fighting that dude.
Okay, FA. I think Frank Sanchez. I think FA should still get a big fight. Frank Sanchez is gonna be pretty good. I think he's gonna beat a lot of dudes. So we go ahead and have to start opening up our eyes for him. But I would say Frank Sanchez, FA. I think Anderson too young. I heard a lady call and say one of his sparring partners. I don't think he'll do that. But I mean, shit. F.A. Anderson, Sanchez. I mean, you got another name for me that I don't know?
I like Sanchez. I'm gonna see if that fits in the poll.
Sanchez, but I'm gonna tell you right now, Sanchez is gonna be a problem though. I mean, his ability to move and counterpunch. People might have think F.A. was keeping his hands in the pocket. He kept his hands in the pocket for a reason. And any guy, I'm curious to see what Sanchez do against any of these top guys. That's what I did say in my previous call. I mean, he gonna be a fighter we gotta look out for. But that's my call.
All right. This is totally a loaded poll question because I'm trying to fit it all in there. So it's like, do you think Wilder would fight Dubois, Joyce, Hergovich, Sanchez, Ajagba? And oh my God, the haters are saying no. Why would he not take those fights, guys? Lord, the hatred is real for this man. I don't know. Rel, what up? Fire Flame.
Yo,
Yo,
what's the deal, Nurse?
chilling.
That shit was an electrifying event, man. It was electrifying. It go down in history as one of the greatest heavyweight fights of all time. I was happy to be there. I had a fucking blast. Wilder put on the show. It was epic. Fury got the job done. Shit, it ain't no more questions to be asked. I feel like all the people gonna get Wilder his flowers now that he lost to Fury twice, because when they go down in history, they gonna say he couldn't beat Fury, so he wasn't the greatest of our time. But they is gonna consider him a great when it's all said and done. I'm still rocking with Wilder. I still know he gonna be the champion. He gonna bounce back, get the WBC for the second time. But yeah, that shit was electrifying, man. A lot of good energy in the building from both the Brits and the Americans. A lot of drinks, a lot of celebrations, a lot of good shit going on. It was just a good weekend, shit. I'm just calling in right now.
Oh, so you was drinking?
Yeah, I had a couple drinks.
Mm.
Of course.
Mm.
For the fight.
Mm.
What, Ness? What that mean? What, man?
Nah, you enjoyed yourself.
Of course. Of course, that's what we come to Vegas for, you know. It's the city for a show. I had a couple drinks. It ain't shit. But it was a great event, man. I'm just calling to let the people know I'm still Bomb Squad. I just wanna I feel like Dillian White is relevant for Wilder next. I feel like Andy Ruiz is relevant. I feel like Luis Ortiz needs to be given a shot by at least Dillian White, Andy Ruiz, one of these top contenders, so we can see where Ortiz stand at, because he coming off of 3 wins. So I feel like we need to put Luis Ortiz back in this heavyweight mix, because since his losses to Wilder, he came back and won 3 fights. So I don't know. I'm excited to see how the division shape out. Yep.
All right, Rel, let me get to these super chats. I got Count Drago, Wilder versus Hellenius, and Ortiz versus Martin, same card. Damn, why you want Southpaw versus Southpaw? I don't know if I like that. Kenton says, Wilder upset Fury announced Joshua fight. Wilder upset Fury announced Joshua fight. Arbitration. The ish talk. Totally dismissing Wilder in the media, etc. No handshake, but respect. Okay, so that's why they're saying, all right, I get it. He's got limited character. So basically he's saying that Wilder's upset with Fury because Fury tried to announce the Joshua fight, had to take Fury to arbitration to get his fight, all the ish they talk, and totally dismissing Wilder in the media as if, you know, he was a bum dasa who wasn't going to get the fight. That's why he got no handshake. But Mr. Davis Kentund says respect to Fury. I'm assuming. That was I deciphered it the best I could there. Young Profeta back with another one, said tune-ups. Stavern, Brazil, Martin. Don't put Stavern in there, man. Stop. Yo, Wilder fucking do a trilogy with Stavern, and that would be the worst thing he could do for his resume. People would laugh for forever and talk forever. Boxing Talk 101, sending $1. No messes. So I got $1. Young Prophet says Joseph Parker, Takam, F.A. Sanchez, Dubois, Zhang. We need a let me see. I think I got to everybody. JT, New Orleans, what's up?
So interesting that you come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of shit. Hey, with that comment. Come on. Nah, that was a piece of fuck you. That was a piece of shit. You know, we're doing live TV. Man, I don't care. What you gonna do about it?
I'll kill this mother. Why do you have to talk like that? Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. You have a problem? Turn off your station. I'm the best ever.
The topic, bro. I hate to do that to you.
Oh, we just talking the breaking news. Wilder's trainer announced that he is not retiring. And, people been calling in whether they feel he should retire, shouldn't retire, who he should fight next. People thinking he won't fight any of the up-and-coming guys like Dubois, Joyce, Hergovich, Sanchez, or Jogba type fights.
You know what? Them guys that's coming up probably might be giving that's the guys that's probably gonna be Fury coming up. Dubai, I think even FA stiff ass might give Fury a better fight. But I don't got too much on the topic, Ness. I mean, I'm just
all good. Listen, that's the last caller. Looks like the poll, since we don't have too much time, has only been open 6 minutes. 53% believe he won't fight the Dubois, the Joyces, the Hergovich, Sanchez, the Jogbas. But 47% believe he will. So I'm sure if we have more time, it'll do its thing. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, go ahead and do so. I'm trying to get to 130,000. I need your help. Tell a friend to tell a friend. If you're watching this on YouTube TV, come on, grab the cell phone and subscribe. Click that notification bell. All right. Peace. That's GTO. Instagram and Twitter. Don't forget to follow us at The Boxing Voice on Twitter and Instagram as well, where you can stay up to date to all the breaking news. Certain things don't require an entire show, so we'll post it on Instagram, and at least you can stay up to date. If you want the adless version of this show, subscribe to our Patreon at the $15 US level, and you will get all our 5 and 4 and 3 and 6 hour podcasts without one ad at all. All right. Catch you guys on the next episode. We're going live on YouTube members right now at 8 p.m. with Untitled, me, Doomy, Amin, and Enrique. Well, actually, today's Enrique's birthday. I think he's not going to be around because he's having sushi dinner. But we're doing Untitled at 8 p.m. That's less than an hour. We're talking 47 minutes live on our YouTube members. We're doing Untitled. Untitled is our episode where we talk about anything. So if you want to go over there and talk Wilder again, okay. If you want to go over there and talk about how you're going through a divorce, okay. You want to go talk about how you cheating on somebody, okay. Or you being cheated on, okay. Or you just bought a car, okay. New music video, cool. Drake's album, okay. Whatever you want to talk about, that's why it's Untitled. So check us out at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, and that would make it 5 p.m. West Coast, which would make it, what is that for you, Mitty? 10, 13, 3 in the morning for you? Shit. JT, what up?
Yo, Ness, did y'all do the crow? Because,
I mean, you can always eat crow on the show. You already know.
Yeah, I'm kind of punching for that because I think I missed that crow. I don't want that. I got to eat crow. I got to eat crow for Deontay Wilder. I picked Deontay Wilder. I got to eat crow for FA. I picked FA over that Cuban. I never do that again. And I actually picked a guy that I thought he would go get his in the rematch. I can't think of his name. Lelanius beat him by disqualification. What's the little chubby kid?
Ruiz?
No,
Adam Kovnacki.
Yeah, Kanaki. I actually had 3 wrong, so I'll take my crow on that. I didn't pick for the first fight, Big Baby. I didn't even know Big Baby was winning, but I would have picked him for sure. But yeah, I take my crow on them 3 losses.
Well, all right. Stand up guy. Catch us on the next one once again, 8 p.m. Eastern, 45 minutes from right now. Members only YouTube. Check us out later.